Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. It is so great to have you here. Thank you for taking the time and joining me today. I'm Wendy Rose Williams, and I am a past life energy healer. And what that means is I have the gift of being able to help you release that energy that does not serve you anymore. Often, past life energy, even though may not be aware of what it is, where it's coming from, it can show up as pain, both physical and emotional pain. It can show up as stuck energy and feeling like you just can't get going, like you're stuck in second gear. It can show up as sadness. It can show up as depression. It can show up as anger. It can show up in a lot of different ways. And when we can get that energy released, oh my goodness, what a difference of being able to feel happier and healthier and just more like ourselves, and being able to embrace our life purpose and feel like we can attract the resources to live our purpose if that's a challenge. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining me and taking the time. What we're going to do, I've got everybody muted just for the beginning period, and then we will unmute and get to your questions and answers. My favorite part. But what we're going to do first is an energy healing, clearing, and blessing from the angels. And I'm going to call on the angels in a moment and ask them to uplift everyone and our homes and properties, as well as helping with everyone else that's living in the household or visits the household regularly. And then I will walk you through some resources that I have available for you, and then we will get to the Q&A. So if you're just joining in, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And you will see in the chat, if you're not familiar with it, if you hover your mouse over the middle of the screen, in the bottom is a little section called chat, right about in the center. And I put in some resources there for you. There's some links that you're so welcome to copy paste and save for yourself into a Word document, or however you want to save that. Chat is also where you're welcome to please start putting in questions, comments, anything to do with energy, with healing, with past lives, with reincarnation, metaphysical, anything in that camp. I'm so happy to take questions in that area, and we'll work them through at the end together. So, as I said, everyone is muted for the moment. So let's call on the angels and do that energy clearing and blessing. Then we'll do the resources, and then we'll do the Q&A. So you're welcome to just get very comfortable, and you're welcome to close your eyes if you'd like to, and I will do the same. You're welcome to just get as comfortable as you can in your seat. You can even lie down if you want to, take your glasses off, whatever feels comfortable for you. Thank you, angels, for sweeping your nets up through everyone's four-body system. In fact, we'll make it their entire body system. Physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional bodies. Please sweep your nets through them. Please sweep your nets through everyone's financial body, creative body, relationship bodies, romantic bodies, subtle bodies, and auras. Taking with you anything that does not serve us up to the light for healing now. Taking with you energy we've outgrown, energy that's not ours, energy that's ours in combination with someone else's. Please take it up to the light for healing now. Bringing down more alignment, beautiful alignment with our own higher selves, our own marvelous souls, with the distilled wisdom across all lifetimes. Also bringing in alignment with our purpose and the resources to fully embrace and live our purpose, and bringing in marvelous alignment and assistance from our wonderful, loving guides. We'd be so appreciative of that. Let's do that twice more. Thank you, angels, for sweeping your nets through everyone's home and property, making our homes be beautiful places for us, places of respite, places of safety and happiness, and a lot of joy and laughter and beauty and creativity, whatever we would choose to enjoy and create in our homes, in our yards, on our properties. We'd be so, so grateful for that, helping us align fully with our homes and properties and aligning them not only to those of us on the call, but anyone else who may be living in our homes or visit our homes regularly or visit our yards or properties regularly, meaning not only the two-legged, but the four-legged, the finned, the feathered, and everything in between. So thank you for doing that and for blessing our homes and properties. And let's bless a gracious Mother Earth while we're at this point and just thank her for having us have the opportunity to live here at this pivotal time. Let's bless the earth herself, the clean air, the clean water, the birds, the animals, the trees, the flowers, anything and everything on our homes and properties, as well as in our homes. Thank you so, so much for that. One more time. Thank you, angels, for sweeping your nets up through everyone's emotions. Yes, we incarnate to feel emotions, and many of them are wonderful. Those feelings of gratitude and happiness and excitement and love and peace and joy. Yes, we want to feel those and we want to be able to release the emotions that no longer serve us so that we're able to balance up our emotions and feel more of what I just mentioned. So please sweep your nets through our emotions, taking with you anything that does not serve us. Yes, we have to feel it to heal it, but we can learn how to do so in very efficient ways. I'm talking 30 to 60 to 90 seconds, and then be able to release any sadness, any depression, any overwhelm, any exhaustion, any pain, any discomfort, any anger, any rage, any loneliness, any confusion, any feeling of not belonging, any lack of clarity. Please sweep your nets through those emotions. I'll be quiet for a moment and everyone can add to that. Just think to yourself, or you're muted, you can say it aloud. Say aloud whatever else you'd like to let go of and what you'd like to attract more of. Let's just take a moment of silence to do that. Then the angels will wrap up. All right. Releasing those emotions that don't serve us anymore, letting them go, thanking them for the lessons, balancing them up, letting them go. Angels are sweeping their nets through us, taking with us those emotions that don't serve us, bringing in all of the ones that do. Peace, the love, the joy, the gratitude, whatever you choose to experience. Thank you, angels. It is done. So be it. So you're welcome to gently, gently come fully, fully back into your body, feeling wonderful, refreshed, renewed. Oh, I can see my, my dog Henley working her way around, looking for her spot to go lie down. She just finished her treat. So again, thank you all for being here, and you're welcome to put your comments, your questions, your concerns for Q&A down into the chat section below, as well as to copy paste any of those links there that are helpful for you. So let's go through what those links are and how I may be of service to you. So starting from the top. So I have a website, which is my full name. It's wendyrosewilliams.com. And you are welcome to go there. And that's where you can register for programs like this. This is an ongoing program. I do them in series of 3 and do them at least once a month. Just to be able to help people receive that energy uplift that we all need and just deserve and can use some help with from time to time. So you'll find that there. You'll find different workshops and special events coming up. For instance, this coming Monday, which is the 11th at 2:30, we're going to have a special guest on my podcast. I podcast with Greg Kirk, a wonderful friend out on the East Coast. I'm located in Eastern Washington, so I'm in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. And Greg and I do the Waking Up Spiritually podcast once a month. We occasionally have guests. And in December, our tradition is to bring in Debbie Buse, this marvelous gal from the UK, who is a numerologist and astrologer. She is so connected, so delightful, and she's going to be our guest. So you're welcome to join us live this coming Monday, the 11th at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, if that time works for you. And you do so by joining us in the Facebook group, Waking Up Spiritually. And you're welcome to join that group, regardless if you can make that date and time, because it's just a great place to connect with me and to be able to ask questions and get some assistance. So we do record the podcast, and then it is archived at wakingupspiritually.com. So you are also welcome. So let me scroll down in the chat here. And that podcast archive is wakingupspiritually.com. And you are so welcome to jump into it. There is no cost to get into those back archives of the Waking Up Spiritually podcast. It's got a search button. So you can put in there whatever topic is on your mind that you need some help with. If you need some help connecting with your guides, releasing past lives, energy management, whatever it might be, put it in the search button and you're likely to find one or two or three podcasts on that topic, channeling, whatever it might be that's of interest to you or you'd like help with. If you don't find the topic that you want, there's probably about 55 or so there because we've been podcasting for over 3 years. And if there's a topic that's important to you and you don't see it there, please send me a suggestion. Reach out via my website on the Contact Me tab at wendyrosewilliams.com and send me a suggestion or ask in the Waking Up Spiritually Facebook group, hey, can you talk about this topic? So those are some of the resources available to you. And I have the good fortune to be a published author. I have published 2 books so far and 2 more coming soon. They are, the first one is titled Regression Healing 1, and it is a nonfiction book. It's an actual client session of a past life regression, and they are found on Amazon and on Audible because I do also record them as audiobooks. And then there's a series of historic fiction called The Flow. Plymouth Plantation is the first one. And it's actually based on my past life and profound memories of colonial America, but it came through as historic fiction. So that's the way that I wrote it. So you will find those by going to Amazon, go to the book tab and just put in my full name, Wendy Rose Williams, and check those out. And they are available on Kindle for less than $5. I just wanted them to be affordable to everyone. And let's see what else. Let's get in. So those are some of these resources available to you from me at no cost. And let me walk you through what the energy healing package is. There's a series of 3 energy healing sessions that we would do one-on-one. They are done from the comfort of your own home. So you're at home and they're done via Zoom. And I record the session for you. So the idea is for you to be able to relax, be somewhere quiet where you won't be interrupted, and just be able to be in a meditative state where you're just lying down with your eyes closed or whatever's comfortable for you. The first session is 2.5 hours. So it's a wonderful deep dive. And then 2 to 3 weeks later is typically when people schedule session 2, and then again 2 to 3 weeks later for session 3. But there is a link and you get to self-schedule. So you can decide if you want to do them as quickly as 1 week apart, or if you'd like to do them as long as 1 month apart. So that's the suggested duration for that. And what we do in those sessions is amazing. It is architected by your higher self and guides. We do past life regression, but we do so much more. And it's unique to every person of what occurs in those 3 energy healing sessions. Typically, and I'm saying typically, because as I said, it's unique to each person, because your higher self and guides know A, what do you most need, and B, what's going to be most effective for you. So we do a lot of different things, and then we spend the most time where there's the most energy flowing and where it's most beneficial for you. And then the other things where there's just not as much energy, or it's not not resonating as much, then we just don't spend as much time there. But typically what we do is an energy healing and blessing to start the process. Do that at the beginning of each session, and then we go to a healing temple. In that healing temple, we bring in a series of colored healing lights, and you just simply tell me what color is coming to mind, or what color do you see or feel or sense or know, because we have all our senses. So what color and where it goes on your body. And then we work with it to have it gently yet powerfully heal you through all space and time. You might have 3 healing lights come in. You might have 50. It is unique to the person, as I said. So it's just neat to see how that plays out for each person. After the healing lights, we then work with the 4 major elements in your body. Get those nicely balanced if they're not already. So your fire and water, your earth and air. That is a big deal for people who are especially low on one or more of those elements. I was one of those people, and I cannot tell you the difference when I finally got my 4 elements balanced. So that's why it's my pleasure to help people do that. This is not just theory. Some of it's coming from personal experience, or the experience of the 1,000+ clients that I've had the privilege of working with over the last 10 years or so. So healing temple, healing lights, and then balance up your elements if they need it. And then we work with each of your chakras. And you might be very versatile with the chakras, and that's great. Chakras are simply our life force energy centers. There's 7 major ones in the body, from the crown on down to the root chakra at the base of the tailbone spine. So if you're really familiar with them, great. We can just cruise on through and see how your chakras are doing, and also work with your minor chakras and your upper chakras that connect you up to the light, and your lower chakras that connect you down to Mother Earth. You may have never heard of the chakras, or barely able to name 1 or 2 of them. Again, it's your own life force energy centers. And each of the 7 major chakras is responsible for different areas in your body. For instance, root chakra, base of the tailbone spine, that is responsible for your health, your wealth, your harmonious relationships, and your life purpose. Could I mention 4 bigger things? So we really want to make sure that root chakra is doing great, as well as all the other chakras, and then get them working well, not just individually, but as a system. So that's what we do in the healing temple. And then the second thing that we do typically, because again, your higher self and guides can change this up, do things I'm not mentioning, do more of, less of, do in a different order. But just for the sake of clarity in this conversation, we'll go through what the typical is. So typically, first session is healing temple, and then we meet with your guide. That is a big deal for many people who have not been able to connect, or not sure if they're connecting, or just want to feel more connection, want to just understand that better. And your guide, we all have a guide. Your guide may present for you as a spirit guide, meaning can be many things. Can be an angel, an ascended master. It can be God. It can be an ancestor. It can be a powerful totem animal. It can be a color, a light, a sound. Such variety. It can be your own higher self. Such variety to it. So we get you wonderfully connected with your guide, and then your guide presents you with a gift, and they have a message for you. For many people, that is their favorite part of the session. Some people will say the healing temple was it for them. Other people will say, oh my gosh, to get to reunite with that loving guide and to feel that unconditional love from them, because they haven't felt very much or any unconditional love in their lifetime. So it's a really big deal. And to get to feel that wisdom and that support and to know that that is there available for you. And we set it up so that the point is it's getting you wonderfully connected and aligned with your guide so you're able to connect on your own going forward. Certainly, I can help you with that, and we can work on it more in session 2 or 3 if necessary. And things will be happening in between the sessions too. A lot of people really notice the changes and the difference, and that's why we have the 3 sessions together to give some time too. Because there might be some very interesting dreams that come up or other experiences that come up. If you just are feeling like, oh my gosh, this sounds so hard, Wendy, I'm not sure that I could connect and I don't know what to do. The point is, we'll be doing it together and I'll help you do it. And if you really just can't connect and are like, oh my gosh, I'm not getting anything, there's different things we can do to help clear your energy, help you feel more relaxed into it. And I certainly am happy to channel your guide for you. So some people will ask me to do that if we're just kind of hitting a little temporary roadblock. And that's a way we can work through that roadblock and then again set things up so that you're able to connect and you're on your own in the future. But it is my privilege to be a channel as well as an energy healer, a Reiki master, a certified spiritual teacher, and a channel. So just grateful to have that ability. And many people say, oh, that just helped me relax because I didn't feel like there was going to be this test of, oh my gosh, I have to be able to do XYZ. It's just, we're just going to work wherever you are. And that is great. So know that you absolutely can succeed with it. So we get that gift and message from your guide. I have never seen the same gift twice. I think that is incredible that it is so specific to what you need and what's going to be most pertinent to you. So that's just wonderful. So then depending on your pace, because we're working to just what's a comfortable pace for you of how quickly or how slowly or how much time we spend with the different energy healing experiences that we're having. We may in that first session then have a wonderful healing as we walk across a meadow and receive a healing from the sun and also connect with this ancient tree, and she helps you get wonderfully grounded and get ready to go to the time and place with the most healing and information and uplift for your life today. So that's setting things up for the past life regression portion. The reason I'm putting that in quotes, we may go to scenes earlier in this lifetime, and that's terrific because many of us benefit from reframing something that was challenging, upsetting, or the opposite was so amazing and so wonderful. You want to feel more of that energy again from earlier in this lifetime. But again, it's unique to you. Your higher self and guides will know where to take you. We'll get there by going in this wonderful, comfortable little boat, and I'll help you get to that boat and get set up in it. And then the boat takes you through this beautiful cave. And the cave is a crystal cave. There's all types of crystals that will light up and radiate healing energy to you in the crystal cave. I will make a list of those for you. And then I physically, in my home, I will build a energy grid. In fact, you might be able to see it over my, what is that, my left shoulder a little bit. I've got an energy grid home altar for one of my clients set up there right now. And again, it's specific to you, it's unique to you. But just we'll create that, and then I'll send you some photographs of it so you'll know that that energy is coming across not only your 3 sessions, but it's a gift to you for your lifetime. You'll also know how to get back to that crystal cave and do more work there yourself if you enjoy that portion. So a lot of it is we're going to do it real time together, but you'll also be learning how to do these things. So whatever you like the best, you're able to do more of it on your own too. And you do have your recording to go back to. So typically that's as far as we get in the first session. Some people, we do actually go ahead and we do start with the past life, and I help you through that and to be able to vision the past life or past lives or scenes earlier in this lifetime, if that's where we start. And that is many people's favorite part. They're like, oh my goodness, to have been able to find that past life, because often we find a lifetime of origin that is causing a challenge in this lifetime. We can find sources of pain, of disconnect. We can find not only the challenges, but we can find the best of the best energy. We can find a lifetime where, or multiple lifetimes where you were a writer and get you through stuck energy now because you really want to write a book, but just can't seem to get that going. It's like, well, my goodness, let's look for past lives like that, and just bring forth that confidence and that ability because it's something you have done before. So we work with the past life or past life energy. It might be starting in beginning of session one. Often, typically that's session two. So that's the second session is we're doing that portion. And then we will purposefully go to the last day in a past life. You're an eternal soul. Make sure that you understand and you're comfortable leaving the body. And a lot of people say, oh my gosh, that was my favorite, to get to leave the body, feel more and more like myself, bringing in more of that soul energy, more of that lightness, that wisdom, just letting the cares and the worries fall away. It's a really big deal because we journey on together up to the light from that past life. So many people say that's their favorite. Many people say getting to go home like that. And it's whatever your belief system is. I'll use the terms that you want. If you want me to say, back to the light, back to source love, to God, to Summerlands, to the universe, however you want me to express that, that's how I'll express that for you during your session. So for today, for simplicity, I'll say going back to the light, going back home. And so we're now home with the light, and I ask your guide to meet us there. Typically, that is session 3. And I ask them to have your book of life waiting for you. Everyone has a book of life, and a lot of people say, "Oh, that was the best. That was my favorite to get to see that big book of life." And it just can give you just confidence and just this feeling of relief to know what that you've had these other experiences and you've just met many challenges and are well set up for this lifetime. So it's helping bring that confidence in and the resources in that you need. So we ask your guide to answer your important questions and requests that you have in the way that we pose those before the first session. When you're actually scheduling your session online with that automated scheduler via the link that I provided, you pick your dates, and it also has the secure payment processor to put in your card number. And it's got the place for you to write in up to 20 questions and requests. What would you like help with from your higher self and guides in the area of health, wealth, or career? Second category, relationships, and then miscellaneous. And miscellaneous is anything that's not one of those other, big 3 major categories. Do you want to know more about your purpose? Have you had an interesting dream that just keeps repeating? Have you had out of body experiences or other spiritually transformative experiences you're trying to sort out and understand? That I can help you with, and your higher self and guide can help you understand. Have you had a near-death experience that you're still unpacking? I've had 2 near-death experiences, so again, that's something that I'm able to assist with. So that is how the sessions work. We get the answers to those important questions. Do not stress about writing the questions. Oh gosh, what if I leave one out? What if, these aren't the right ones? Just ask your higher self and guides to help you write them. And it's just simply to prime the pump. Other important things will come up along the way organically. And we also can get answers to your questions throughout the sessions. It doesn't have to be at the end. Some people, it's just different for different people how that comes up. And certainly, other things may come up too. The cost of the three one-on-one energy healing sessions is $997, and that's in US dollars. And again, you're able to self-schedule through that link and just get on my calendar that way. And if you prefer to pay over time, I totally respect family budgets, and you might have more of a cash flow where it's easier to pay in three payments. You're so welcome to do that, and then it would be three payments of $375. And the automated payment processor, it's not able to do it that way. So simply send me an email. Just email me via my website on the contact me and let me know, hey, I want to get started. I want to do the 3 sessions, but I'd like to do the 3 at $375. And we'll just jump on a quick call together, and I will schedule you manually, and we'll pick the dates. So if your budget works like paycheck every other week, we can schedule you in that manner, or we can schedule you once a month if it's easier to do it that way. And 2 other things I learned from financing from my brilliant clients. Couple people have told me that they were able to qualify for a no interest loan via PayPal. And then they just went into PayPal and then were able to use that, because you can select that as a payment processor when you're using that scheduling link, and just select PayPal, and they then qualified for a no interest loan for either 6 or 12 months or 18 months, where they were paying back PayPal. But it just, the $997 comes to me on the front end, and then you just schedule however you want to, and you're just paying back to PayPal. So that's an option. Also, another client told me she was able to use her healthcare savings account dollars for therapeutic hypnotherapy, and she just needed me to send her an invoice of the three at $375, and just do it that way. And then she just gave that to her employer, and they approved them one by one, and she did her sessions that way. So if you've got any sort of employer or healthcare savings dollars, either from your employer or that you've put aside for yourself, that's another way to be able to pay. So that's more than enough about money. Let's get to the questions, and I'd love to hear questions, comments, how I can be of service here. So let me get everybody. I will invite you to unmute, and let's start going through questions. Okay, so first question from Emily. Am I finding this lifetime to be more challenging than my lifetime with Yeshua and Mother Mary? This lifetime in particular, no, Emily, that's a great question. I personally found that lifetime the most challenging of all. And I am very fortunate to have experienced it and to have brought a lot of those memories and abilities with me. But I did find that one personally the most challenging of all. Yes, there's been challenges in this lifetime. We all have challenges, but that one I would say was the most challenging. And why did I want to come back? Oh, okay, we got to use some sense of humor on that one. I didn't especially want to come back this time. I'll be honest. And I think a lot of us can feel like that. But I knew I was meant to. So I did not start to wake up spiritually. I was doing that. No, you can't make me. Until I was 49 years old. So I'm 62 now. So it was not like I came in with, the memories the memories were intact, but I stuffed them because I didn't know what to do with them. They scared me. I didn't know what to do with them. Wasn't in a family that was spiritually awake. There just wasn't any support for it. So I just stuffed it all until I was 49 years old. And even the near-death experience at 36, it was there, but I didn't know what to do with it until I met the man at 49 who had the soul contract to wake me up spiritually and get me on my path. And he did so guns a-blazing. So it all started to happen then. But my purpose is to help people wake up spiritually, because my goodness, yes, for some people it's lovely, it's delightful, it's amazing. For many people, it is hard, it is painful, it's just discombobulating, it's overwhelming, it's confusing, it's lonely, it's painful, it's rough. So, and Greg Kirk, my podcast partner, had very, very profound experience with waking up spiritually too. So that's why we named our podcast Waking Up Spiritually, and that's why we named our Facebook group that, just to be able to offer support in that area. So I'm glad I'm glad that you kept working with me to get me to wake up. And Lisa has a question. What does it mean? So, well, Emily, did that answer your question? Was
Yes, that was terrific.
okay? Okay, yeah.
Thank
So how
you.
did I wake up? Kicking and screaming. No, you can't make me. It's gonna be hard. I don't want to do it. We got to be honest and make fun of ourselves and just support ourselves with however it comes through. And then Lisa has a question. What does it mean to expand your now moment or your present moment? Someone is explaining you can expand it for minutes, days, and even years. And that's how they were able to do energy readings. If you can understand what they're talking about, can you explain more what it means and how to do it? Lisa, it's a great question. It's a tough one to comment on someone else's. I'll just tell you what that means to me, and I don't know if it's what that individual meant by that. So tell me if this makes sense to you. I think the angels talk about the now moment, and they say the now moment, referring to past, present, future. We know that's a human construct. We know that's just us simplifying time, because it's hard to wrap our brain around the more true reality of time being continuous and everything happening all at once in the now, and everything truly is all now, time being more of a loop versus this line. So it sounds like they are talking about tapping into the quantum field, and just that now moment of everything being now. Because if you're having challenges now and you're having a lot of physical pain now, as an example, you can also find that moment when, oh my gosh, your body felt terrific. You were fully aligned with your divine right blueprint. I was just helping a client yesterday because she's young. She's only in her late 20s, but there's just been lots and lots of physical challenges, specifically back, neck, vertebrae, just lots. So we were restoring her divine right blueprint. So I don't know if that's along the lines of what they were talking about, to expand, but the angels do talk about it, and they say, because they'll say, now, and that, but time's different on the other side. It's a timeless, spaceless place. So everything is in that now moment. Does that make any sense? Do you think that's getting to?
Yeah, I think that kind of explains it. Then how do you become more aware of that? Not being in the construct of time, how do you become more aware of
Sure.
the not
what
being seen
helps
for that.
me, and tell me if this helps you, because yes, we can be, particularly if we're good planners, and we're kind of thinking forward, and our brain can be like so much in what we need to do later today, or need to do next, or need to do tomorrow or next week, that we're like missing like what's happening right here and right now. The holidays can be like that. You can be so busy hosting an event that if you don't know how to relax into it and accept help from other people too, it can be kind of a stressful day, because we put just like a lot of expectations and a lot of weight on it. And, we might be together with people that we don't see very often. So we're missing the now moment by being like too much in the future. Or we can be so stuck in the past and just so worried about the past. And oh my gosh, the last time our family got together, it wasn't fun, it wasn't easy. Uncle Fred is always just hard to get along with, and just such a grumpy guy. And we're like projecting and creating all these things from the past, that we like get there, and well, maybe Fred's having a terrific day, and we don't even see it, because we're like got all this stuff in our head of how he's been grumpy the last 4 times that we saw him, and kind of created a bit of a pal over the event, without just being able to use our sense of humor. It's like, oh, that's just the way he is. He's doing the best he can. It's just go with it, so we can like miss that moment. I think our animals, anyone who has animals and enjoys animals, I think that's a lot of what they do, is children too, remind us, just be in the present moment. It's why preschoolers and young children, it is hard for them to change gears, when they are so in the moment and they're on the floor and they're like playing with their blocks, and you call them and say, hey, it's time to come wash your hands, we're going to eat, it's time to have lunch, and they like just don't even hear you, or don't want to listen to you, or can have a meltdown because you go over and physically have to take them away from what they're doing because you've got the meal on the table. They're just so in the present moment in a beautiful way. I think grounding our energy daily, grounding and clearing our energy, helps us raise our vibration and frequency, and we can be much more in the present moment and truly enjoy it, and then just kind of stretch out time in that manner. Does that help? Does that just
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Thank you.
okay? Absolutely. And let's see what else. And Carol's commenting, I've recalled a few past lives and they all seem to contain a similar issue. Yes, yes, yes. This app, and it's something she struggles with in this lifetime. And if I can see it, why can I not resolve it? There's a huge disconnect between knowing and releasing. Yes. Oh my goodness. So this is such a great point, Carol, because absolutely there can be multiple lifetimes. Let's see, what's a good example? There can be multiple lifetimes where we found it hard to forgive. And we might find ourselves struggling in this lifetime, and just that might be something that we've chosen we're going to work on. That is absolutely one of my lessons for this lifetime, was I wanted to really perfect that, to get it to a point where I'm really, you're kind of at the ultimate, when there's just nothing to forgive anymore. You're just not in that judgment place at all. You're either aligned with something or you're not. I'm not saying you don't have boundaries. I'm not saying you let people run over you. I'm not talking about being a doormat, but just there's literally nothing to forgive. So because I was working on that lifetime, of course, I then had to create some really challenging experiences. And then I found that mirror echo. I found multiple lifetimes where things that I felt that were very unforgivable, just as an example, had happened. And it was like, gosh, why can't I master this? Why is this so hard? But you're definitely making progress with it because you're recognizing it, you're seeing the theme, you're seeing the pattern, and now you're ready to like pull that thread through them. So do you want to talk through a little bit some of the things that you've done to try and release it? Are you comfortable sharing what the issue is, what you think the lesson is?
Sure, yeah. I'm unmuted, right?
You're unmuted. Yes.
Okay. I've been working with 2 energy healers for 2.5 years with one and 1.5 years with the other. And while I've my initial issue that I wanted to work on with them is the same issue that I'm still wanting to work on. And they both say, well, this is really deep. This is so deep. And so every time I meet with them, something else comes up. And we don't get to what I want to work on. I realize they're connected in a way, but excuse me. And I just came to a realization as I was writing down my issue. The past lives, I was starved. 3 of them.
You would starve?
I was starved. I was on a chain gang. I was kicked out of my community because I was accused of something that I didn't do, but I had to leave the community, just walk out into the desert. My mother locked me in the attic and starved me. This lifetime, I eat constantly. I'm trying to fill up all of that space. I have a horrible relationship with food. I hate it. It's such a struggle every day. And it doesn't matter if I like what I eat. I just eat and eat and eat. There is this empty space I'm trying to fill up. But again, no matter how many times I try to get to the root of it,
The
which I
lifetime origin.
believe is these 3 lifetimes, at least. We have to work on, we end up working on self-love or, something else. But I also see connected to that being starved as being unimportant, ignored, and alone and not worthy,
Right, right.
which I didn't really connect before. Right now,
You're talking
I
about.
struggle with both of those things,
Mhm,
the food and the not being worthy.
right. I'm so
And I
sorry.
see that, and
Right,
I'm working on it, and I'm just not getting there.
right. I'm so sorry, Carol. That is, it's really painful. And yes, we are all onions, so to speak, meaning we can release a layer of it and a layer of it and a layer of it and a layer of it, and more is coming up. So let's just do this. Let's just take a moment and everybody, because I think everybody benefits from just being able to bolster that solar plexus. And you're welcome to put a hand there on your solar plexus and or on your heart. And let's just close our eyes. And let's just bring in the angels. We'd so appreciate some healing for this, please, for Carol and for anyone else that needs it in this area. Please come in and help heal the seat of the self, the solar plexus, the seat of the self-worth, the self-respect, the self-confidence, where we set boundaries from. And please help heal the heart from these lifetimes of abuse and neglect. Please bring in the self-love, the self-worth, and know that you are a spark of the divine, Carol. You are loved, you're supported, you are respected, you are appreciated for having bravely incarnated and being here on the planet at this time and this place. And angels are coming in and offering you more and more support, love, and compassion for you. Because yes, it can be hard to be here, and it can be hard to do the healing work. It can be hard to remember. So they're bringing in beautiful love and compassion and uplift. They're asking you if you can remember a moment when you were happy, when you had a wonderful experience. It can be something simple, something easy, something simple. Can you think of a happy memory?
It's always difficult for me, but what comes up is my dog that came
Perfect.
into my life
Perfect. What's your
a couple
dog's
years
name?
ago. I asked the universe to please help me find my perfect dog. And 8 hours later, there he was.
Wow. What's your pup's name?
His name is Buddy.
Buddy. Perfect. Perfect. Just see Buddy looking at you. So much love in his eyes.
His eyes are beautiful.
Yes, for you. And a dog is perfect because what a dog symbolizes as a totem animal is best friend. It's man's best friend. So let's restore to you, Carol. You have your best friend, you have your buddy, and you can be your own best friend, and you deserve and merit and can experience friendship, laughter, support, a hand up, and you can feel that within yourself activating, so you're able to heal and release what doesn't serve you and let it go. You can be your own best friend, and you've got Buddy to remind you. And as the saying goes, I want to be the person my dog thinks I am. So that's what the angels would like to share with you. So everybody gently, gently, just come on back. So I hope that helps a little bit, Carol, and know that it will get easier. I went through something perhaps a bit similar, and when my past lives first started really coming up back in 2011, 2012, I would just begin, and I was working full time. I was a single mother. I had two teenage daughters, very busy. And I would try and heal one thing and three more things would come up. I would try and heal those three. And I was like, my God, what is this, a
Yep.
hydra? I felt like I was in Greek mythology trying to cut the head off, one thing, meaning to heal and release it and work with it and respect it and understand it, and like more. And I was absolutely swept away with overwhelm, with pain. It's like, this is just too much. And I fortunately worked with a spiritual teacher who was able to figure out right away what was going on. And she said I had opened my entire book, my entire Akashic records in a really unusual way, because I'm here to heal and release anything and everything, and also find the best of the best. So that's just me.
Be
And
careful what you ask for.
yes, because so she helped me structure it and get like more of a container on that, because I did need to be able to work. Did need to be able to drive safely. So we had to put some structure in of when my guides could be bringing a lot of that to me. And what we worked out was it was going to be mostly every other weekend, because that's when my kids were with their dad. So that was when we did most of it. So we got a structure to it. So just ask for help. I know you've been asking for help, but just ask for it to, come to you in a way where it's just it's kind of parsed. Please don't give up. Do not give up. You're making more progress than you know, and you're going to get to the point where it's going to be like, oh, you can finally take a breath and go, okay, I've got it. I've got this one, I got this one, and just being able to pull that thread. So that's what I'd like to offer you.
Thank you.
Hope that helps. So, okay, and let us go. We've got 5 minutes remaining here. And okay, Amanda, comment, how come my spirit guides, angels, and spirits of those who have passed do not come through for those who are open and willing to receive their messages? I read and meditate, I watch podcasts, but I don't get anything. It's like reading about riding a bike and wanting a bike, but not having an opportunity to ride the bike. It always seems to come through for those who don't want it or don't believe in it. Why is that? Oh, Amanda, oh my goodness. I know that can be so frustrating. So let's do your best to let go of what's going on with other people and just focus on getting you what you need. And it is different for different people. I find that almost everyone can connect at some level, but it may not match what their ego wants. And I say that very gently, because what we want when we're in that left brain ego and that expectation, and what we need in our heart and in our spirit, our soul may have set something up differently than what your human personality and persona wants. And so it can just be a bit of a disconnect there. So are you in a spot where you can unmute and we can talk this through a little bit, Amanda? Are you comfortable doing that?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So what are some of the things that you have done? Because you might be connecting and you don't realize it, because you have a vision of what that would look like. So talk me through that a little bit. What are some of the things what do you think a connection would feel like, look like, sense and know, and what have you tried to do to get there? Walk me through that a little bit.
Sure. Well, it's interesting. I've had a couple like random things happen to me before. So I know I'm capable of getting messages. Like when my mom passed away 9 years ago, I heard her. She came to me. I actually like I heard her. It was like in my ear, but also not in my ear. It was really, really weird and hard to explain. But so I'm like, okay, well, I know spirit can talk to me because she came to me, and I was I was mourning her, so I was upset, and my vibration was probably very low. But I meditate. I regularly cleanse my home with Palo Santo, and I have various crystals that I use. I carry in my pocket, or I have them next to my bed, and I watch all manner of videos. That's how I found you on YouTube, watching
Okay.
Next Level podcast.
Next Level Soul.
And I read Next Level Soul, that's right.
Yes, thank
So,
you to Alex Ferrari for creating such a platform that's just connected so many people. I'm really grateful to him.
yeah, no, he's awesome. I love his interview style, and he's got a lot of different guests that he brings on. So it's always interesting to hear different perspectives and thoughts on the metaphysical. So I mean, I do all manner of things,
So
but
you're,
it's not consistent, and it's not. I guess I would
it's
expect
not
to
consistent
hear
of
like,
when you feel connected and when you feel like you get
yeah,
the answers. So
yeah.
do you have a daily spiritual practice where you're grounding and clearing your energy?
Um,
It can
yeah,
be, it can be short. It doesn't, I'm
yeah,
not talking about an hour. It can be 5 minutes, it can be 2 minutes on a busy day.
yeah. Some days I don't get to it, but oftentimes I'll sit down with my coffee and I'll listen to like this really, it's a daily card reading by Jeanette Bureau, which has also been a guest on Alex's show. And then, I might meditate, sometimes 20 minutes, sometimes 10. And I don't always light my Palo Santo, but I do it very frequently just to cleanse the home. But I have young children and a very busy lifestyle, so it's not always
Sure. That absolutely
practical.
challenging. I get it. Yeah. Yes, I was a single mother going through the big spiritual awakening too. It was like, whoa, a lot going on here.
Yeah, yeah,
So what I'm hearing is just give yourself a break, meaning just take a little bit of time off from listening to the wonderful podcasts and all the different inputs, and just be quiet and just be with you, and just keep doing the quiet things on your own, whether it's the meditation, lighting the candle, and just you can be meditating when you're in the shower, you can meditate when you're falling asleep at night, when you first wake up in the morning. Those are three ideal times, particularly for busy working parents, because you're already in that state. And just ask your higher self, ask your guides, what would you like me to do? What would you like me to focus on today? Or ask them a specific question. Hey, I need help with XYZ. I'd really
yeah,
appreciate some support or insight, and just be doing that process where you go within. That's what I'm hearing, just like letting go of a little bit. Just take a little social media break
yeah.
to allow
Okay.
your energy to just clear and recenter within you, and then just that should get your own knowledge and channel flowing more again. And you can use oracle cards, can be a great way. You don't have to learn the tarot, but just oracle cards. Do you have any of those by chance?
I do. Yeah, I do. And last year I joined a spiritual group. It was have you heard of Channeling Eric?
Yes.
Have you heard of Channeling? Yes. So some of the mediums on there was a new one named Amanda, and she created this little group of get-togethers for people who are interested in learning the tarot or oracle cards. So I got some during that time, and I was using them a lot, but I just kind of I didn't gravitate to it as much as I thought I would. So
Okay, okay. So you're just trying different things, but
yeah,
that's one way, is oracle cards that a lot of people say, gosh, it's hard to connect. That's one way I've seen for people. Another way is to learn to muscle test, and to be able
okay.
to those clear yes or no's. And it's
Hmm.
just like a great way. And there's a book called The Emotion Code. Maybe someone can link it here, because my brain's not in the place to be able to go look for it. I'll just disconnect the call if I try and do it. But if you look on, so got like Angel still talking. If you look on Amazon for The Emotion Code, and it teaches you how to muscle test using your body to get just that beautiful wisdom of that clear answer. And it also talks you through how to be dropping that heart wall, and some other great information in there too. So we are right at time for today, and thank you so much. Let me just, oh, yes, it's by it's Dr. Bradley Nelson.
Right,
Yes,
sorry,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, thank you for pulling that name up. And so that's something that people can look for, and that can be a great way to do it. But I would be delighted to work with any of you one-on-one. So please go ahead and sign up and register if you would like to do the series of the 3 sessions together. Join me on Monday and come on in to the Waking Up Spiritually podcast when we have Debbie Buse joining us to look ahead to all of 20, I can say the year, 2024, where she'll be helping us understand some of the astrology and the numerology that'll be coming up and doing that neat look forward. And if you're not able to join at that time, we will record it and it will be on wakingupspiritually.com. So again, it was such a pleasure to have you here. I really appreciate you taking the time and just want to wish everyone happy holidays. And thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I'm going to turn off my camera and sound, and I'll leave this up just for a couple more minutes. And if you want to scroll back up to and copy paste any of those links, and you'll be able to do that. I'll just leave the call open for a few minutes. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for such wonderful questions and for who you are and for being here. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.